Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new reading vlog. Happy to have you guys here. I am just making my coffee to head out to work. I'm trying to make my coffee at home, and I want to say it's been a year already. Yeah, it's been about a year since I started making my coffee at home every morning, and you guys have no idea how happy that makes me, because I found something that I really like that I can make, and I will drink everything instead of just going to buy coffee and hating how they make it and not finishing it, just wasting money. And then I can control what is put in it. And yeah, I highly recommend it. If you guys buy coffee out every day, you stop it. Anyways, I'm ready to head out to work. This hair is not doing what it's supposed to do. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the bangs. Still haven't decided. They're growing and they're at that stage where it's like, do I let them grow or do I just cut them again? I'm not sure what to do. I have to head out, but I want to show you guys the book that I'm reading because I'm just gonna fly through it and I'm so excited for it. It is Sunrise on the Reaping by Susan Collins. If there's a story that I wanted to read as we read The Hunger Games, it was Haymitch's story, and I'm so happy that she finally gave it to us. First of all, I had no idea that she came out with it. I just found out this week as it came out, and I'm so here for it. I was so excited. I didn't think I was gonna pick it up this quick, but I've seen everyone and their mother reading this book and reacting to it, and I don't want to get spoiled. Especially I guess at the end, whatever, I don't want to get spoiled. And it is a fairly short book. It's almost 400 pages, but you guys, this reads so fast. I'm already 3 chapters. I was reading it last night before going to bed, and I forgot the page. I am somewhere on chapter 3, I believe, and I don't know, I just read those few pages so quickly, but I was tired, so I put it down. However, I feel like either we finish it today or later. I don't know. I think it's gonna be an amazing read, and I'm so excited. Again, if you guys don't know, we're following Haymitch and his story. I think it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. And if you guys know Haymitch, he's an alcoholic in The Hunger Games, like him as an adult. And the way that this book started with him saying that he doesn't drink, trauma. Listen, it's gonna be interesting. So I'm gonna head out to work now. I'm gonna try to read as much as I can during my lunch, and I'll see you guys when I get back with an update on that, because it's gonna be so good. Okay guys, it is much later on the day, but I am finally sitting down and we're gonna continue reading Sunrise on the Reaping by Susan Collins. It feels amazing to just want to sit down and read a book, like trying to get back into the book and just immerse myself into it. I have wanted to do nothing but to read because it is such a good book. It is so easy to read, and I'm not saying I missed this world, but it is so nostalgic, and just knowing, like, growing up, I read the books and I watched the movies. I love them. And like I said, it's not that I love the world, it's not that I miss the world. It is more nostalgia than anything, and just the fact that I know the world already, and we just continue another story from a very beloved character. Like I said earlier, Haymitch was one of those stories that I actually wanted to read, and I'm so happy that we finally get that. And I'm not gonna lie, I already teared up maybe twice, for sure twice, in this story. I think I remember a lot more from the first book. The last 2 books and even the movies, I don't remember much of it. There's one character here that I think is the same character as in The Hunger Games, like the game maker in The Hunger Games. Is that him? I'm pretty sure that's him. I'm pretty sure that's his name. I can't really remember, but I'm pretty sure it's him. And also getting to know that. Something else, I didn't read the other book with Snow's point of view, and I'm thinking about picking it up. I don't know if it's just the fact that I am enjoying this book so much. I didn't get a chance to read the other one. I did watch the movie, and it was an okay movie. I don't know if it was exactly the same as the book, and I just thought that the ending was weird and I didn't really understood what happened at the end, but I would like to read the book because obviously in the movie, like young Snow, I really enjoyed his character, but you guys, he's so nasty. He's disgusting. Like him in this book already, it's the same Snow that we hate in the Hunger Games, and just thinking about him as a younger person and what we know from his book, his movie, whatever. I feel like I might want to read the book actually, and I really hope that we get a movie for this one because why wouldn't they? But just being in the world again, being in Panem, and seeing how nasty the capital is and how nasty the people are to all the districts. All the districts are pretty the same towards. I think this is a closer story to the Hunger Games than Snow's story was. But yeah, we see a lot of last names that we already know, and I think the Haymitch love interest is related to Snow's love interest in that one, so that's why I said that I want to read the other one. I just don't like the whole singing bit. Like, I don't know, I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about her being a singer and them having this whole thing where they move, because I think they can move from district to district. We still haven't gotten to the games. We're about to. But I also forgot that they train before the games. And just reading this is like I remember everything. Them having to get dressed by this person and then them doing the ceremony. And then after that, they get to train. I forgot all of that. It has been a long time since I watched the movies. And you guys, like, I also want to reread the Hunger Games after this, but I was gonna watch the movies, but I like, what if I just reread the books instead and then I'll watch the movies? But then I also want to read the other book. I don't know, this book is, let me finish this one first and then we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna read now. Here's the thing, I am heading out to my parents' house. They're gonna have carne asada because it's spring already. I don't know, but it started to sprinkle here. I hope it's not gonna rain because we're supposed to have a nice carne asada. And I'm gonna go hang out with them because I haven't seen my mom in a bit in a few weeks, so I obviously miss her. It's gonna be a good day. However, my plans were to stay home and read. I just wanted to read because this book is everything I needed. I am having such a good time with it. I believe I'm on chapter 18. I'm not too sure because it got to the point where I had things to do and all I wanted to do is continue with the story, so I started listening to the audiobook only. My heart has been broken too many times already to count. This feels exactly how the Hunger Games felt, like the first book, and all the characters, everything that's happening in the arena before the games, all the tributes, all the kids involved. It's such a disgusting time, and because of the Hunger Games, we know Haymitch is going to survive, but I don't know how. Like, he's gonna suffer, he's gonna go through things, but everything, I don't know, I guess what's getting me through this book is the fact that I know that he's gonna survive. However, everyone else, my heart is breaking, but I'm gonna drive and I'm gonna continue listening to the book. Obviously, I'm not gonna be able to read as I drive, but I can listen to it. If I cry, I cry, okay? If I cry while driving, that's okay. But I only have a few chapters left. I'm gonna do my best to try to get ahead and hopefully finish it when I'm home, because apparently the ending is gonna kill me, and I don't want to feel that while I'm driving. So I only have about 2 hours left, so let's get going. As you guys know, my parents' house is about a 15-minute drive. That's why. So let's get going and let's get reading. Good morning, guys. I hope you guys can hear me. It's a bit windy, but we are outside. It's a beautiful day. We're having a beautiful morning, and I'm playing with Coda out here. Oh, good catch. That was a good catch, but you have to run. She's in the background. Shensi, I don't know if you guys can see her. She's exploring. That is her favorite game. Coda likes to play ball all day, non-stop. But we've been playing out here for a bit. It is officially spring. But yes, I was out here and I realized it's a beautiful day to be outside. I decided to sit here. I brought a dog bed for Coda and Shensi so they can relax if they want to. So I can just finish reading my book out here. I'm almost done with it. I wanted to finish it yesterday, but I stayed at my parents' house really late. If you guys can hear Coda panting in the back, that's because she's like literally standing behind you. I wanted to finish it yesterday night, but when I got home it was really late. I have about 50 pages left and I didn't want to rush them last night. So we're gonna sit here, enjoy the day, and see what happens because I know it's gonna be a good one. I know it's gonna be a good one. And hopefully Coda can sit down for a bit so I can finish. I'll talk about it once I'm done with it because right now I just want to get all the information and then we'll talk about it. I can't open it. We are set.
Life's a coat of many colors. It is never black and white. Can't have one without the other. The dark without the light. In the summer we were lovers. With the flame our hearts would burn. A flame the autumn would smother and leave this heart to yearn. Forever blue, forever blue. I'm putting on a show for the world to see. No one will ever know that without you I'm forever blue. No more waking up early just to watch you sleep. We turn a blind eye to worry, but such times we'll never keep. I found a new smile this morning that doesn't come out as a frown. A smile to wear while performing and to hide the tears of this clown. Forever blue.
Alright guys, it is much later. As you guys saw earlier, I finished Sunrise on the Reaping by Susan Collins, and you guys, 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 stars. This book was everything that I needed it to be. I do want to talk about it, not right now. I'm gonna do a wrap up at the end just because I want to collect my thoughts. I'm still thinking about it. It's a book that I'm gonna think about often, and I feel like it gave me the same feeling as the first Hunger Games did, like that book and that movie. If there's another book similar to that one, it would be this one. I wish we could have more, and I wish we could follow along their stories, but I understand this might be the only one that we get. Maybe we'll get other stories, who knows, but really good. If you guys haven't picked it up, which I understand because it just came out this Tuesday, I highly recommend it. You guys will not be disappointed. Also, I did see someone who mentioned on, I think it was Instagram, someone did mention that they haven't read the Hunger Games, and they did read the one with Snow. I can't remember the name of that one. And then they picked this one up without having picked up the Hunger Games. And I also do believe that you guys don't have to read the Hunger Games to be able to read this one if you don't want to. It does a good job explaining what the Hunger Games are and everything else, but I do think that the Hunger Games actually go more in depth into it and the history and why the games are being played. I don't know, I feel like this one just goes into it with the idea of like, you know, what the Hunger Games are and about the districts and all that stuff. They talk more about all of that, in the Hunger Games trilogy, but like I said, you can start with this one. It's totally fine. I wasn't sure if I was gonna pick up another book today just because obviously that was everything that I needed it to be and more. Honestly, I'm shocked that I liked this so much. I was not expecting that. Not mad about it, but we have to continue. I actually haven't read any of the books that I chose from the TBR jar, and March is coming to an end. We have only a few days into March, so I think that I'm gonna pick up Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Again, Taylor, like she's my friend. Taylor Jenkins Reid is one of my favorite authors. I just know that whatever story I read by her, I'm gonna like it. This one, I can promise you, it might be like a 4-star, 5-star, but who knows? I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy the book. That's why I'm choosing this one. I don't want to have a hangover from, what's it called? So, you guys, I read this so fast that I don't even remember the name of it. Sunrise on the Reaping. I was afraid that I was gonna get book hangover from this book and I wasn't gonna want to pick anything up. So I think I need to pick something up that I know I'm gonna enjoy. And so this is it. So I'll see you guys later, probably later on in the week, with an update on Malibu Rising. And yeah, my husband just ordered pizza for us, and I think I'm just gonna relax for the rest of the day. Maybe if we, maybe if we go to bed early, I'll take my book with me, but we'll see. I'm just gonna sit down and enjoy the rest of the day. It is 5:41 and it's still bright. I like it. I'm liking spring so far. This is a good start to spring. I'm just afraid of summer coming. I should write a book about that. Just like I can make summer evil, We'll see. You guys haven't seen me in a week, pretty much. It's been for Sunday. When did we have the pizza? Sunday?
I think it was Sunday.
It's been about 5 days since I last updated you guys. I picked up Malibu Rising. I didn't read much from it that day, just a little bit on Monday, and then I picked it up again yesterday, Wednesday night. And you guys have not seen me update anything about this book, but the way that I've been screaming at this the whole weekend, not weekend, it's Friday. It's Friday today, but I've been screaming at it for 2 days straight, especially today. It is, I'm not gonna say anything because I want to wrap up my thoughts. Well, I want to see how it goes. I want to see how it ends and give you guys my thoughts at the end. But I have about, I don't know, like 70 pages left. My bookmark is right here. This is my bookmark. This is what I have left. It's insane. Crazy drama. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything else. But I'm going to sit down right here for the next hour or so. I need to see what happens. I need to know. I know I haven't updated you guys on it, but I wanted to have at least just a small update so you guys know that I'm actually reading this, because it's a reading vlog and I'm supposed to be vlogging me reading, but I haven't. So here it is. I'll see you guys once I'm done with it. Hello, your dad? Hello? I think it's time for me to wrap up this video and talk about the books that I read this week. I read 2 books, and to my surprise, they are both 5 stars. They are both 5-star books. I wasn't planning on this. First of all, I wasn't planning on reading this one, and I had no idea how much I was gonna enjoy it. This one, I had an idea, I had a feeling that this was gonna be a really good book, and I knew I was gonna enjoy it. However, I did give it a 5-star because it's a great story. But after the ending, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it as a 5-star. I'm still thinking about it. However, great books. I enjoyed them both so much. Amazing reads, and I'm really happy with them. Now, if you guys don't want to hear any spoilers, or you guys think that anything that I say could be a spoiler, like if you guys don't want to know anything about the books, especially this one since it just came out. I would suggest for you guys to end the vlog here. That's fine. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys being here if you guys sticked around, but I do want to talk about both of them, especially this one right here, a little bit more in depth. So like I said, if you guys want to finish the video here, I thank you so much, but let's talk about these two books a little bit more. I'm gonna try to keep the discussion light just because this vlog is already too long. Sunrise on the Reaping, what a book, what an amazing way to continue with the story. One of the things that I enjoyed about this book was that it gave me the same feeling, same nostalgia as the Hunger Games, Despicable Games. If you guys ever think that we're going into a fairy tale with one of these books, like, think again. This is not a fairy tale. This is not gonna be something nice to read about. Like, we are gonna go into these books knowing that we're gonna hurt, knowing that people will get hurt, and you guys, they are despicable. They are horrible to these people. The Capitol is disgusting. The Capitol continues to be ruthless, and they continue to kill the people of the districts without hesitation, and it's still heartbreaking. I wasn't expecting it, and I really enjoyed was the fact that we get so many names and so many characters that we already know. We get to see and expand on some of the stories of some of the characters that we already know and even love. For example, Beetee. It's Beetee and like Meg and other characters who are part of like Mockingjay, like the last books of the Hunger Games. We see them here as well because, as you know, because they have been victors in previous games, and we also get to see them in this book because they have to come back to train other tributes, and they're just part of the story. Another character that I was surprised to see was Effie. Effie comes out in this story, and we get to see like how her character, how she got involved, how she started being part of the games. And then another big character that comes out in this story is Plutarch from the last, I don't know if he's in the second book, but he is in the third book. I don't know, he's the game maker for the 75th Hunger Games, and I need to reread them because I don't know if it's the second one or the third one. So he comes out in it. Since this book, since Haymitch was in the Hunger Games, they have wanted to start the rebellion. They have wanted to bring the games down to stop the games, but obviously Haymitch was not the right person to do it. He tried his best, but it didn't work out, and they even say at the end, like, it was not this one, it was not the right, like, it just didn't work out for this person, and they're gonna wait for the lucky one, which at the end we know is Katniss, who overcomes everything. But they are all part of this thing that they have been trying for so long. It just hasn't been able to happen until Katniss. But it was interesting to see that Haymitch was one of the first ones who tried to end the games. Very tragic. And then we have Lenore Dove, who is a big character in Haymitch's life, and it was horrible what happened to her, heartbreaking even, and it becomes part of Haymitch's trauma. However, even though her character is a very strong character, I didn't really care for her. I don't know. I'm not saying she deserved the ending she did. No one did. No one does. However, I just didn't feel the same way I felt about Katniss for Lenore Dove. It was just like, maybe because I knew that it wasn't going to end well for both of them or for her. Maybe that's why I didn't get attached to her character. But then we also see that she is somehow related to Lucy from the other book that I haven't read, but it's like the love interest of Snow. And then Snow is just despicable. Like, I need to read that book, but I also need to see how and why, especially how Snow became so disgusting and such a horrible person. Like, I want to know what happened. Like, I know he, like, I don't know what's in his head. Like, how did we get there? It was such a good book, such a good continuation. Or not continuation, but like, I mean, another story that we get. And I can see Susan Collins like writing more stories of the people that we already know, just giving us more of what had happened. But like, we just know it's not going to be a happy story. However, it's just expanding on the characters and what happened to them, and you know, like what makes them do the things that they do. I don't know whose story. I know people mention like, oh, we would like to see Finnick's story, and from what we know is like very tragic. I don't know if I would be ready for that. Like, how more tragic can this get? Don't even get me started talking about Beatty's and Beatty's son. Like, that was just heartless. And yes, I cried with everyone and messily all the characters. It was heartbreaking, especially what happens to his mom and his brother when he comes back to District 12. He just lost so much. 5 stars. Love the book. Real quick, because I took too long on the other one, Malibu Rising. What a book, what a story. I knew it was going to be drama. I didn't know how much drama there was going to be. It was insane. The men in this book, I don't understand them. Like, I don't understand how heartless they can be. Mick Riva, complete trash. He is trash. He was trash. No, thank you. No, thank you. So in this book, we follow 2 different timelines, and I do have to say that seeing like the beginning from Mick's and June's story, like how they met and how they come together, got married, have kids, and how they grow up and everything, that's one of the storylines. I really like that because the drama and the mess, incredible. And then we follow the kids. It's just one day that they're throwing this famous party that Nina, the oldest, throws. I mean, they all throw the party, but you know, everyone wants to go to this party. Like, it's the party to go to. So messy. I really enjoyed June's character, like all her dreams coming true, and then at the end she's like a very weak character, if you will. She's in love with Mick and she just lets him like walk all over her, and he leaves her, comes back, there's another kid that he has, and he gets dropped off with her, so she's now raising her baby and someone else's baby that they had with him. It's a mess of a story. And then we see how the pattern repeats with like the family. Like, for instance, Mick's dad was not the best dad and he kept leaving, and then he would come back. The mom would take him back, and the same happened with Mick and June. He would leave, then he would come back, and June would like accept him. And then we see that happening again with Nina, because Nina is married to the tennis player, which Carrie Soto comes out in this story, and I do have the book for Carrie Soto that I am interested on reading. But we see that she's married to this tennis player who also leaves her, and then he comes back and wants to get back with her, and Nina sort of like says yes at the beginning, but then we see the pattern finally ending with Nina, and Nina being strong and not following that pattern. We also follow Kit, who is the youngest, and she's just trying to figure out her love life, who she is, what she wants. And then we have Jay and Hud, who are brothers, but Hud is their half brother, but they are almost like 3 months apart, so they grew up as twins, but they're not twins. And then the story starts with Hud dating Jay's ex-girlfriend, and that alone is messy. So messy. Not a trope that I actually like. Like, I hate the best friend dating the friend's ex or boyfriend, whatever. Same with siblings, like the sibling dating an ex of their brother, sister, whatever. I do not like that trope, but this was fine. Like, she made it work. She made it work to the point where I was like, okay, I see it, they are in love, but also like, it's your brother's ex, you know what I mean? Like, it's messy, and they're famous, they're all famous. It just, you know, famous people. And I just love the way that she writes characters, because they feel so real, and you want to Google them, you want to see what happens to them, you want to know them, you want to follow along with them, but they're not real. They are not real, but they feel so real. It's just about family and their messy drama. that's what it is. It was so entertaining. I screamed so much at the men in this story, at the men, and the cheating and the drugs. The party's a whole nother thing. Also very messy. It was very entertaining, but I do have to say that the ending was sort of like, it was just a happy ending for everyone, and I thought there was gonna be like tragedy or something at the end, but no, I think everyone just has their happy ending, and that's why I don't know if that's bringing the 1-star down. Other than that, the story was great, so I don't know if it's gonna be a 4-star or 5 stars. I haven't decided on that. Either way, great story. Highly recommend it if you guys haven't read it. But yeah, those are the books that I ended up reading. Really enjoyed both of them. That is all for this vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye. Also, let me know down in the comments if you guys have read any of these. I would love to discuss these books, but I don't know how to do that without spoiling other people. But I don't know. Give me your thoughts on them. Let me know what you guys think about these books if you guys have read it, or if you guys want to read it, if you guys are interested. Let me know.